Hey guys, welcome to fourth quarter. We have officially made it to the last 90 days of 2024. If this is your first time here, welcome to Freckleface Finance, where we discuss personal finances open and honestly so that you can live the life that you deserve. Today we're going to be discussing how you can get your financial health in order in the last 90 days of the year so that you can start 2025 off right. If that sounds like something that you're interested in, you have come to the right place, so just keep on watching. Alright guys, so just like with your physical health where you have an annual checkup where you make sure everything is working properly, you also need to do an annual checkup for your finances. So I'm going to give you guys a checklist of what you need to do to make sure that your finances are in order the last 90 days of the year so that you can start off 2025 on the right track. First things first, you absolutely need to be checking your credit report on an annual basis. So before the end of the year is out, make sure that you check your credit report to make sure that everything looks correct. So you can check your credit report in one of three ways. You can contact them by phone, you can contact them by website, or you can contact them by mail. By far, the easiest way to check your credit report is via website. I'm going to go ahead and leave that link so you guys can check that out. And if you guys didn't know, it is absolutely free to check your credit report on an annual basis. So it's absolutely no reason on why you shouldn't be doing it. Now, one of the main reasons why I think it's so important for you to check your credit report on an annual basis is to make sure that you have not fallen victim to identity theft. So there is a whole process to go through if you feel like you have been a victim of identity theft and that there are items on your credit report that should not be there. That is a whole video in itself. So I will go ahead and leave a link down below for you guys to check that out if you come across something on your credit report that shouldn't be there. But pretty much you're going to want to Google how to dispute an error on your credit report. And that should give you a lot of information so that you can start there. A great way to be able to check for these errors in between you checking your credit report on an annual basis is to actually have a Credit Karma account. This is also free, so this will alert you if there's ever a new account under your name, if anything has closed, if you're late making any payments. This can all be seen in Credit Karma, and that is what I personally use myself. So not only will Credit Karma be able to alert you if you have any mishaps throughout the year, you can also keep track of your credit score. So I just think it's a great resource. Like I said, it's free, and they also alert you if you have any issues. So if you don't have a Credit Karma account already, I'll go ahead and leave you guys a link down below where you can sign up and get one. It's absolutely free. Another thing that I like to do at the end of the year as part of my financial checkup is I like to look at my leave-in earnings statement. So typically your leave-in earnings statement is your pay stub, and it's going to tell you so much information about your finances and about the benefits that your employer should have been paying you throughout this entire year. So this would be a great place to check if you have any unused PTO. This is where you would check your 401 matching from your company. And this is where you would check to make sure all of your taxes are being taken out and that you're actually being paid how much you should be getting paid. And so I know you guys are probably like, duh, this is taken automatically. But you have to double check these employers because they are humans and they make mistakes. So I personally have had a client where she got a big pay raise because she got a promotion halfway through the year. And unfortunately, her company did not change the amount of taxes that she was paying to the federal government and to the state government. And so she was paying a reduced rate to those federal agencies. And so at the end of the year, she owed back taxes and federal government fees as well as state fees. So you definitely want to make sure if sometime throughout the year, if you received any pay bump, if you received any promotion that came with a salary increase, that your employer has also increased the amount that they're taking out of your check and depositing on behalf of you to the federal and state government. So this can all be checked on your leave-in earnings statement. So on your leave-in earnings statement, not only do you need to make sure that you're having appropriate taxes deducted from your paycheck, you also want to check to see what your PTO balance is, because at the end of the day, you are owed that PTO, and PTO equates to money. And so you want to make sure that you're not giving up any PTO at the end of the year. A lot of companies have a no carryover into the new year. So you want to make sure that you're putting in your leave so that you're not losing any of that money or any of those hours at the end of the year. So number 3 on this financial checklist is you need to make sure that your budget is still accurate. So as we head into the end of the year, the holidays are coming up, and this tends to mess up a lot of people's budget. So you can get ahead of it by making sure that you're budgeting correctly between now and the holidays if you choose to participate and purchase gifts. So if you're going through this financial checklist and you're checking your budget and you're saying, hey, it looks like I haven't added enough to my sinking fund, or I don't have any money in order to participate in exchanging gifts, but I would like to do so, this is a perfect time of year to pick up that part-time job so that you can make that happen without breaking the bank. I also want to point out, if you go through your financial checkup and you check your budget and participating in gift exchange is just not in the budget for you this year, don't stress out about it. Like, you don't have to pick up a part-time job. You can just choose to not participate in it, and that is perfectly fine as well. So I'll leave a link to a video that I did last year, but there are definitely some other options that you guys can do. There's also other ways that you can show your loved ones that you care about them without breaking the bank. So looking at your budget will also allow you to make any adjustments if you have not hit your personal investment goals for this year. So this will be a great time to start reducing some of that discretionary spending in order for you to hit your investment goals if you're not going to hit them at the end of the year if you stay on the same track. So there are multiple reasons why you should be looking at your budget this last 90 days of the year. So speaking of investments, I know that elections are coming up in the next couple of weeks. And so I just wanted to remind you guys not to make investment decisions out of fear, but just look at the market. If you are already invested in the market over a long period of time, despite what may happen come November, the market is going to correct itself over a period of time. So if you're already invested in the markets, I am going to keep my money in, and so you guys can do with that as you wish. And so number 4 is to reevaluate your living situation. And so what I mean by that is that if you are a homeowner, you need to be taking a look at your escrow accounts, taking a look at how much your insurance has potentially gone up. More than likely it has gone up. Taking a look at that and seeing what your proposed mortgage is going to be in the next coming months. Typically, they're going to reevaluate your escrow accounts. They're going to take a look at the insurance, and they're going to give you a new mortgage payment starting at the beginning of the year, typically around February. So make sure that you guys are looking at that so that you don't get hit with any unpleasant surprises. And so for my people who rent, if your leases are coming up, what I did when I was in my apartment is I always renegotiated my lease. And so typically they'll send in a letter a couple of months beforehand, before your lease expires, and they'll tell you what your new rent payment is going to be. I always like to negotiate that payment. That payment is not set in stone. And so I always used to make my rent payments on time, if not early. And so I always renegotiated my rent payments. So I lived in my apartment for 7 years, I believe. And a few of those years, my rent did not go up at all because I was just such a good tenant. And so if that is your case, don't just take the first number that they give you. It definitely may be open to renegotiation. Maybe you can prevent your rent from going up as much as they would like it to go up. So if you're a good tenant and you know that you're a good tenant and you take good care of the property, sometimes it may be worth just seeing if they'll do you a solid and keep your rent payments the same because you're such a good tenant. Alright guys, so last but not least, number 5 will be reevaluating your income. So this is a great time of the year to check out those job postings to see if you can find a job that makes more money in your field, and if not, what type of skills you need to be building on so that you can make that next career jump. And so this time of the year, a lot of companies may slow down depending on what industry you're in, and you may have a lot of time off that you need to burn. And so this will be a great time of the year to reevaluate what type of skills you can add to your resume so that you can make sure that you're being competitive when you want to re-enter the job market and look for that raise. So this will also be a great time of the year to schedule out any courses that you may want to take next year so that you can make sure that you're putting that in your budget and planning accordingly. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video even a little bit, please make sure to give me a thumbs up so it can be pushed out to a larger audience. Also, if you really enjoyed this content, please consider contributing to my Buy Me a Coffee, which is linked down below. Make sure that you subscribe so that you can be notified of when I make future content. All right, I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.